It goes like that, doesn't it?
I'm sad, but we got a lot of good postseason ahead of us here. Taking a look at the 4 p.m. slate you got coming up this weekend here. Chiefs hosting the Broncos in this one. Also, so I was sick over Christmas, and then I get up. I'm not, whatever. And here are the Dolphins.
Yes.
A chance to get into the postseason.
Yeah. It's possible.
The heck happened?
Well,
let's go through some of these
They
games.
like the Bengals, have been playing better football, but we don't know about Tua.
Pete and Kyle over there having their own conversation.
He was just asking if it was Chiefs at Broncos or Broncos at Chiefs.
Yeah, because you said it was at Chiefs.
Broncos.
Got it.
I said it was at the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I said, I've been a little under the weather here. So let's talk about the game. Chiefs at Broncos here. Broncos, again, third week in a row, need to win. They're in the postseason here. Chiefs, if they win, they do keep the Bengals out, so no Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Chiefs don't care about this?
The Chiefs don't care. They don't care who they play, where they play,
That's
how
the
they
one
play.
team that doesn't
Broncos
care.
favored by 9.5 in this one.
And that's reflective of the Chiefs resting guys, but it shouldn't be that high. It just shouldn't. You have to play guys. There's only so many guys on your roster. Carson Wentz is more than capable of doing some things as a quarterback. And this is a young team in Denver that the pressure is tough when you know you have to win and get in.
Yeah, and when the other team's resting guys too. The pressure as a player, Kyle, that has to play a big impact in this game.
So I took by the way, in case you wanted my pick, you interrupted me. I'll take
Who cares about your picks, Pete? We don't want to hear them because you suck.
You know what? You're right, but I'll take the Chiefs, so go the other way.
I'm going to roll with the Chiefs as well. I just think the culture...
Are you guys doing Chiefs to win?
Chiefs to win.
Just
to win?
I didn't have them to win. I have the Chiefs covering.
Plus 9.5.
Okay.
There we go.
Are they going to win by 9?
Very clear.
They going to win by 9.
I think Carson Wentz has an opportunity to, rewrite the book on who Carson Wentz is, and an opportunity to play a divisional opponent who's got to get in. This will be a great spot for the Kansas City Chiefs to, at the very least, keep it within how many points? 9 points.
9.5. You said?
Give me the
They
Chiefs.
will win by exactly
9.5.
Let's go to the Dolphins and Jets, and these games are going on simultaneously, same time, so the Dolphins aren't going to know what they need to do, at least not early on in that game. If the Broncos are to are to lose against the Chiefs, then all of a sudden it's the Dolphins who control their fate in this game. If they win, they'd be in.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those situations where the Jets have looked so bad. They were terrible last week, but they're at home. Last week of the season against a rival, you don't know if the quarterback's going to be there, and I think they're going to show up and play. They would love nothing more than knock the Dolphins out and having any chance. I think the Jets play. I'll take the Jets.
We got a weather person in this building?
Amanda pretends to be a meteorologist.
Okay, first of all, I did chase the tornadoes. Chris is just obsessed with weather and thinks he knows more.
Jamie Eisenberg played that role for us on Sunday.
Give me the Jets. It's cold. And they're trying to ruin a season for the Dolphins. They've already ruined their own season.
And the Dolphins got a break last week by not having
36 degrees is not that cold.
It's cold.
Okay.
But
all right.
The Dolphins got a break because it was
36
warm in
degrees
Cleveland.
relative to here. I was sweating. My pits were sweating on the way in here. So you go up to New York or New Jersey or wherever the hell the Jets play.
It's cold.
Turn into a hell of a Week 18 picks. Chargers at Raiders here. Chargers are already in the postseason. However, they could move up a spot, face potentially the Texans instead of the Ravens, which would probably be a little bit nicer for them. Favored by 5.5, total 41.5.
Yeah, and I think what we saw from the Chargers last week, New England's not very good, but that looked good. I mean, Herbert played well. They got physical again, and I think that's going to show up. The Raiders, they won a couple games. They ruined their draft spot. I think Pierce is probably going to get fired. Out the door, he stuck one to the team, so I think we're going to see the Chargers play well here.
I think the Chargers, like the Lions, have a coach who doesn't care what week it is, doesn't care what the stakes are, doesn't care about seeding. I mean, he's like, let's just go play football. And that Chargers football team is one that I trust drastically more than that Raiders football team as it stands. Give me the Chargers.
Raiders are hot, and they don't care about their draft pick, clearly, because they
don't
won
care
back-to-back
about
games.
apparently.
They could fall out of the top 10 if they win that one. Let's move over to the NFC, also 4:25 Eastern Time, NFC West. Seahawks, 3-point favorites at the Rams, who still have some seeding that they can play to here. They win, they clinch the 3, or they could drop to 4 and and maybe have to play the Vikings or Lions.
I mean, it really doesn't. The seeding doesn't really matter, but they haven't played very well, particularly on offense the last month of the season. They're not scoring points, and that concerns me. I think that Seattle come in here, they'd love to beat the Rams on the way out to kind of feel good about their season because theirs has gone off the rails. I'll take Seattle here.
7 points would have beat this Seahawks team last week in primetime. Give me the Rams. I know they've struggled offensively.
Rams ain't exactly lighting it up
I
either.
understand that they've struggled off. I just prefaced it with that,
Right.
Pete. But I think they figured it out this week. And that defense is pretty darn good. They can frustrate that terribly porous offensive line for the Seattle Seahawks.
And you know what, the Rams, they don't run. They're not fast. They're slow. It's a slow team. It shows up. It showed up the last month.
Final game we're going to take a look at of Week 18 here. No implications in this one. 49ers at Cardinals. Cardinals favored by 3.5 in this one. Kyle, you always preach, though, these players come out there to play and put on a good game. I mean, if you're in this position, though.
Yeah, I mean, I got the 49ers in this one. And I know Brock Purdy's dinged up, but I fully anticipate Kyle Shanahan to roll out another great game plan. They've gotten a little bit healthier in the run game. The defense at times looked to be okay this past game. I'm going to be taking the Niners, and the Arizona Cardinals have fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, I've made this pick before we found out that Brock Purdy had his injury. He's
That
probably,
line swung about 4 points. Niners were a slight favorite, and then Brock Purdy likely not going to play, and now the Cardinals favored by over a field goal.
If I, you know, I know for graphics we have this for a pick, but I would take the Cardinals right now. If Brock Purdy's not playing, I'm taking the Cardinals.
I'm going to stick with Shanahan.
Flip-flopper?
Flip flop. What? We didn't. When I made this pick, I got to make a pick at Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock.
You're right.
Why do you have to make him so early?
Because I get him in early because he sends them out. I send
Kyle
them to
makes
him.
his picks 30 seconds before the show.
And that's why he's got a great record, and that's why I have a crappy record.
Because you lock yourself in.
Got it.
All right, it is time for best bets for the last time of the regular season.
No.
Briscoe's picks,
No.
presented by FanDuel.
No.
And,
I don't want to.
oh, God, Amanda's ahead of me in winning
Look at
percentage
how
now.
far I've climbed.
Man,
copies me.
I had my
didn't
streak
copy
snapped.
you.
What, Amanda,
And the only
this is
time
only your
there's a
5th
one
show
there.
of the
Yeah,
year.
But you know what that is? That's like a backup quarterback who has a couple good games and doesn't play the whole season.
How many
You know
weeks of
what?
vacation
I
does
get
Amanda
paid,
get?
man. I get paid, and you keep me on staff.
3-1. Kyle's 13-4. I can't do the math in my head to see if she can catch Kyle in winning percentage with a win.
Probably.
She finishes
Yeah.
4. Yeah, if she
Yeah, she
finishes
would.
4-1 and you lose this week,
Look out.
She's the winner.
You have to have 7 weeks of picks to even
Yeah,
qualify
that's-
for the
You have to be
award.
I say
here
at
at
least
least
10.
half the season.
Yeah, at least 10.
Now, if we combine her and Jacqueline,
Oh, boy.
and combine their picks, is it still the best?
No.
No.
God,
so,
no.
But that's what you
Has
have to
Jacqueline
do.
been bad?
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You're combined.
We'll just ignore her.
You know, like they used to have the racehorses to be 1 and 1 hay. It's like they ran them together. That's what you guys are together. It
Pete,
counts.
what's your best
Not a
bet
winner.
this week?
And by the way, you can put your picks together, and you're still ahead of me. So don't worry about it.
What's your pick this week?
My pick this week. Who did I pick? I picked
wanna
the
flip-flop that
Vikings.
one, too?
No, this one I love. Vikings Lions over. I'm going.
Over 57 and
I'm
a
going
half?
chalky as chalky can be, and nobody is. The Lions aren't stopping anybody, and the Lions can score on anybody. So you know what that means about this game. There's the last one of the year.
Vikings
not gonna be the last one.
plus 2.5 at Detroit. And I think that they're the most complete team in the NFC and maybe in the National Football League right now. The Kansas City Chiefs have the greatness effect, and I fully anticipate them being at the Super Bowl, but the Vikings, as it stands right now, man, oh man, they're good.
And they have an MVP candidate, right? One of the 22 of them.
I would like, for the record, I did not know Kyle's pick, but I also took Vikings plus 2.5.
So you
that
do
means-
still
This is
my
pretty,
pick.
yeah. No, I
Well, that
didn't
means you can't-
steal them, dude.
that means you can't
Hurry up,
beat 'em.
'cause I got one more question for
You
Pete.
can't beat him now.
Okay, great. Go, hurry.
You just...
Chris, what is your best bet?
You coffin cornered yourself. You can't bet. My best bet is Bengals minus 1.5 at the Steelers.
Love
Okay.
that.
And Chris,
It's also the
producer
producer
pick.
pick, by the way. So
I want one more bet from you, Pete. Texas going up against Arizona State. You leave today. You're going to be there in person. 12.5 in favor of the Longhorns.
I'll take the 12.5, but I don't think this pains me to say this, but I think Texas is too big, and I think they're going to run it right down their throats. But look, whatever ASU gets, it's gravy. But I think that Texas.
What
is
did you
too
say
big.
your little motto was?
Forks up, horns down.
there you go.
Yeah.
Amanda will be on your side.
Yep.
Cute. I'll buy a
This week.
t-shirt.
I might make those and sell them on the corner up there.
By the way, Kyle's Oregon.
Movie camera, hey, Cowboys fans. Today, we're diving into a moment that tugs at the heartstrings of every Dallas Cowboys supporter. our beloved Ezekiel Elliott, one of the franchise's greatest names, is saying goodbye to the team once again. But hold on, I'll reveal the key details of this story after 50 seconds. In the meantime, think about this. What does the future of the Cowboys look like without Zeke? Stick with me until the end, because this is a story you won't want to miss. 3 o'clock, the current situation. As 2025 approaches, the Dallas Cowboys have announced Ezekiel Elliott's release at his request. For those who have followed his journey since 2016, you know Zeke is more than just numbers. He's passion, grit, and, without a doubt, an iconic figure for the fans. However, 2024 wasn't Elliott's year. In 15 games, he managed only 226 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, transitioning into a secondary role within the offense. Fire the big decision. Jerry Jones, owner and general manager of the Cowboys, spoke about Elliott's departure, emphasizing respect and admiration for the player. Zeke's impact as one of the greatest to wear the star on his helmet will never be forgotten. We thank him, we love him, and we wish him the very best, Jones said in an official statement. This move aims to give Zeke the chance to join a playoff-bound team, something the Cowboys couldn't achieve this season. Lightbulb, what does this mean for the future? For the Cowboys, this decision marks another chapter in the team's rebuilding process. Young talents like Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn are stepping into bigger roles, while Zeke, at 29, looks to continue his career elsewhere. But the question remains, was this the right time to part ways? After all, Zeke is the 3rd leading rusher in franchise history, with 8,488 yards and 71 touchdowns. Flex Biceps, now we want to hear from you. Do you think the Cowboys made the right call in releasing Ezekiel Elliott? Or did he still have more to offer the team? And what's next for Zeke's career? Megaphone, join the conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments, spread this video across your social media, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any news, analysis, or rumors about our Dallas Cowboys. American football, go Cowboys! See you in the next video.